All right, that was music by Bill Blaze, my friend Charlie Hines. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to Tiny House Studio Live, episode number 6. On tonight's episode, we will be picking a winner for our weekly giveaway. What is our weekly giveaway, may you ask? Maybe. I've been drinking wine, guys. All right. Our weekly giveaway is not prepared because I'm good at what I'm doing. As promised, a 5x7 original drawing by yours, drawing and painting by yours truly. This is the tiny house. This is the tiny house studio that I am currently inside of. So this is going to go to the winner of tonight's drawing. The contest rules were simple and still are. From now, Monday, until Friday, if you like and share this post and any other live post that we do, you will get entered into the contest. On Monday of next week, I will be drawing a name out of a hat, much like this one. This week we had 12 entries. There's 12 names in here. I wrote them all down, and I'm going to pick one at random, and that person is going to receive this in the mail, probably because there's a few people that were not in this country, so we'll figure this out. But anyway, let's see who the winner is here. Posey, drum roll. Good job. All right, I'm not looking. You could see that I'm not looking, and we're just gonna. How's that? Let's just toss one over here. All right. That's okay. All right. Our winner of this week's contest. I'm not looking, folks. I'm gonna have to look. Okay. Our winner of this week's contest is Tiffany. Well, I work with you, so this is easy. All right. So, Tiff, I'm going to bring this to you at work. You're definitely not watching this right now because it's past your bedtime. So, I'm just going to drop this off at your desk in the morning. But congratulations. Congratulations to Tiffany. Next week, I will be doing the same exact thing, something different. I don't know what I'm going to paint next week. But anyway, like and share this post, and you will be part of that. So, thank you everybody who did like and share, by the way. I also, since I amended a new rule, you can actually share and like a post more than once per week. But the catch is you can only like and share a specific post only once. So, for example, if you like and share this post, you can like and share Wednesday's post. And so that'll guarantee you 2 entries into the weekly drawing. I feel like that's fair. Anyway, so thank you for that, guys. I'm gonna get this stuff started here, and tonight we do not have our comptroller, so there will be more commentary, less music. So if you like that, cool. If you don't, also cool. But I'm gonna get started here. Tonight, I'm going to be painting a picture of what I think is Argentina. Mainly because I just painted out a bunch of reference images and then put them all together, so I don't know what any of these things are now. But these are some mountains. So I just drew them there. And I think I'm going to copy the colors that are here, but use more of a mixture of colors that you wouldn't see in nature. You know, bright purples, pinks. I know, I'm looking around here. I'm just going to try to use everything. So, we'll see what happens here. And I'm going to try to keep this one under an hour if I can. So, I'm going to keep constant watch on this. So, hey Heather, guess what? Tiffany won the drawing. So, I know she's probably not watching right now, but we just did a live drawing. I don't know if you can go back and watch that part, but you guys will see it later. Anyway, so we're going to be painting Argentina tonight, and I'm going to start the same way that I always do with the skies and mixtures of blues. And differently than last time that you saw me do this technique, I'm not going to start mixing all the colors at once on the same palette. I'm going to start separating it, much like I did last night's drawing. So I'm going to simply start with the blues and get moving on that. So we're going to do the ultramarine blue, start with this, put that somewhere on the palette, not being too specific because I'm not trying to be. And as opposed to the first couple episodes that you guys saw, I will be painting with paintbrushes tonight, not palette knives. So that actually helps me paint a lot faster too, and I'm just trying to get this thing going. Water, 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 where are you? So this is a problem. No worries, we can fix it. Now, the blues that I'm going to be using tonight are going to be more on the lighter shade because I'm trying to not get into a darker night scene. So I'm going to stick to that brilliant blue and this ultramarine blue and keep away from that blue that I can't pronounce, so we don't have to bring that up tonight. I feel like some sort of Alexa, play some nature sounds or something like that. I don't know. So let's see. I'm
Here's
gonna
a playlist for nature sounds music. Nature sounds for sleep on Amazon Music.
Like I know a lot of you are like you know NSA. I don't want them watching or hearing me, but it's really convenient. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's how they get you, right? It's like, oh, you know that. Yeah, sure, they don't like us now, but wait until they can play music without getting out of their beds. I bet they're not going to say no then. And surely enough, here we are. I'm going to try doing like a speed painting thing tonight because I'm trying to get to bed, guys. Actually, interesting thing happened to me tonight. Something almost prevented me from even starting this show. And so immediately I was like, oh, well, there we go. Can't do the show tonight, you know? And this thing that always happens in my head popped up where it was like, I'm just starting to create excuses at this point. So I applied the same principle that got me to this point, right? Which is just do it. Like, just start moving. Just start putting paint on a canvas in this case. And I'm not really concerned with the outcomes. That's why I'm just, the point of this is like, I need to be painting. So I didn't have a perfect outcome leading up to this point in the day, but nonetheless, I need to be painting. I'm going to move this light out of the way so I can get out of your way and kind of show you how you can really use a lot of this paint over and over. So I guess the point of like what I'm trying to do here is not necessarily make perfect paintings. My input. That's just strange. Alexa, stop. The thing that I'm trying to do here is a lot of the feedback that I've been getting from doing this is driven behind the same motive that I didn't paint in the first place, and I wanted to paint after that. It's you see people do something, and then you're like, damn, I should do my thing, and then the more they do it, the more you're like, man, I should do more of my thing, you know? And something interesting happens is I've had so many freaking people come up to me. People I don't even, like, talk to normally. Like, I mean, I've met them a few times, but I don't know that they're watching. Like, thank you for watching, by the way. But I love that people are getting inspired to actually start creating stuff. Like, that's what this is all about. Let's do more of that. whether it's painting or fucking, sorry, we're trying to keep it family friendly. There was a Facebook flag on me earlier. Whether it's painting, piano, dancing, whatever your craft is, just do it. You know, like Shiloh, just do it. So I'm just gonna start mixing these blues in. And what I'm gonna do this night that I don't do other nights is I'm not gonna go over my shit a lot. There I go again. By the way, shout out to Alex Pino for posting me on Tiny House Talk blog or Facebook page. That was awesome. That guy is a good guy, if I can say so. And I had no idea that he actually lives so close to me. He's like actually about less than 2 miles away from me right now. And he had no idea that I lived in a tiny house. So, go figure. I didn't know what he even did for a living until we just got talking just the other day. So, I hope to have him over here sometime soon and get his point of view on my tiny house. I was just thinking the other day I'm going to mount this camera up higher so you can see more of the tiny house and kind of involve different portions of it. Maybe when John can get a desk in here or whatever and really get involved in the conversation. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of whites here to get some clouds, but not going to do it with... Oh yeah, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it with this brush. You know? Line break. Okay. Clouds. Now, I normally draw clouds light then dark, because obviously the sun is above them. In this case, I don't know what I did with the sunlight, so I'm gonna draw the clouds, and then I'm gonna figure out where the sun was coming from afterwards. That'll work, right? This is gonna sound kind of ridiculous, but I actually go a little cross-eyed on purpose when I'm painting clouds, because they're fuzzy, and you kind of want to get that effect, right? You don't want to get accurate details. So like when I just did that like blotch there, I kind of like that I don't know exactly what it looked like, and I just got rid of it by just... I did another video where I just didn't look and painted clouds, and they actually didn't turn out that bad. Mind you, folks, I have no idea how to paint technically. I didn't go to school for this, so this is just me. Basically, you know those YouTube videos that you see that people are like, 100 days, every day he painted it and look what happened. That's, let's see if we can do that. Animal white. Don't tell me we already lost a tube of paint. This is not cool. Everything else is in place besides the one white that I'm missing. There it is. Alright. Let's actually add a little bit of this matte gel in here. Yeah, matte gel. I got a glossy gel here too, but I don't really like the way that it reacts with the... Excuse me, folks, I'm so sorry. What was it saying? Yeah, right. I don't like the way it reacts with the painting. So we're going to mix this in. Get a nice fuzzy white here. So what this actually does is it makes the paint more translucent. So the blue behind it will show more, but it's not going to show and muddle it up. It will more act like a different layer, if that makes any sense. And I'm going to step back here and look at where I think... it's like almost like I think another cloud needs to go right here. That was good. And then like almost like okay. Now I'm gonna get rid of this brush. I'm gonna put this aside and then grab this fan brush. I like painting clouds with fan brushes. It's really like an interesting outcome. Because what you can do with the fan brush, kind of let the bottom fade into that original color, right? Okay, let's just finish that one off there. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of white highlights to the edges of those clouds up here. So the last couple of things that I did, like this pack, the one that you see in the back here, is that's Impressionism. I don't know what this is called. I don't want to call it realism because I'm not sure if I'm going for realistic here. My favorite type of art is actually cartoons. So when I do paint, I kind of tend to think about that. And the prize that I'm giving the person that won kind of highlights that because it's very cartoony. Actually, I don't think I showed you guys where that painting originally came from. Let me show you this here. So this is the paint, the sketch that inspired that painting that I'm giving the award winner. The story behind this is Hurricane Irma. When it was coming, I completely thought my tiny house was about to be destroyed. So I drew like a memorial picture for it. And when I did that, I posted it on Instagram and I was like, well, farewell. I actually emptied the entire thing, stripped it clean. And I tied it to the palm trees that are around here with straps and recorded. There's an Instagram video where I recorded my tiny house just rocking back and forth, and I was like, oh, well, farewell. But anyway, it survived because I'm in it. Now, I mean, like, not because I was in it, because I definitely didn't stay in it. I was in the semi-concrete bunker that we have over there. But I decided that would be a nicer first painting for the person that won the first contest. There is another contest. If you are joining us tonight, right now, is anybody there? How? I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to be more interactive with these comments. But sorry about that. Anyway, so if you are watching, like and share this post. We are doing every week a weekly giveaway. Last week's giveaway was this painting. I'll show it to you. Why not? Right. Last week, the Tiffany was today's winner from last week's drawing. Nope, that's not how you say that. Tiffany was today's drawing's winner from last week's contest. Let's go with that. And she wins this. So I'm going to go ahead and give this to her, send this to her. And then tonight and until Friday, if you like and share this post, Wednesday post, and if we do a Friday episode, Friday's post, you can have up to 3 entries in the contest, and you'll get an original too. So even if you're watching this later, like and share. Okay, let's get some white in here, right? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's finish off these clouds because I'm getting bored of them and I want to move this along. So. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to fade this into itself. And then I'm going to add a little bit of highlights to this bottom one. And I'm pretty much just going to stop looking at this thing unless when I start getting angry at it, and no one wants that. I don't want that. We're happy painting, right? Right, Bob? We're painting happy? Alright, and let's finish that there. Okay, yep, we like this. We're going to do that here again. Okay, let's grab a fan brush one more time. Like my teacher, Mr. Moore, said, one more time. And let's just fade that in there. Fade this in there. Go ahead and give this the old faderoo as well. Alright. It's almost weird because it feels like I'm talking to myself while I'm painting. Because I paint a lot. I just don't normally paint while I'm talking out loud. This is why I haven't been. But I've been told to do so more often, so I'm going to try, folks. I feel like it's good advice if it's advice from the audience, so continue giving me said advice and I will continue taking it. Feedback is always useful. My New Year's resolutions, folks, if you couldn't tell, was to be more open and paint more. So, thank you for being part of that. I hope you all are sticking. You all are, James. You all are, not y'all are. I hope you all are sticking to your New Year's resolutions as well. Anyway, blue, done. Wait, did we do the edges? Don't forget the edges. Don't forget the edges of the painting. Like Ray Mommy always used to say. She always used to say, you know what she used to say to me? But don't forget the edges of the painting. If you forget the edges of the painting, you're going to forget the edges of life. I don't know what that means. So anyway, let's move on to... That looks like a brown, right? Yeah, let's work with that. Brown. Let's look at this together. I think this looks like a mountains up here. Like a brown. I'm seeing like a little bit of a blue and a little bit of purple here, right? And like a little bit of a... What the heck is this? Like a raw sienna? Yeah, let's work with that. Okay, raw sienna. What did I say here? Raw sienna. Purple. Where you at? Purple. Oh, shit. Okay. Sorry, guys. God. No. All right. And we're going to make a little bit of gray, so I'm going to get this Mars black. Some more white. Where did you go? One more. Again. I lose the white again. Why do I keep putting it in? Is it walking? Do you guys see it moving? Is it moving while I'm not looking? Alright. Alright. So, let's get to this. Some white. A little bit of magenta. You don't see enough magenta in the world, you know? Something wrong with that. That's the women. Hey, women's march. Shout out to the women's march. You know, if you're a woman marching out there, shout out to you. You know, live it up. We're trying to change the world around here, one step at a time. And if we can make huge progress, let's freaking do it. You know what I mean? I'm all about change. I live in a tiny house, solar powered, off the grid. I'm trying to paint for the rest of my life, you know. Let's just freak the world out a little bit. Okay. Purple. We need purple, James. What are you doing? Let's how'd you want to make the purple, James? Well, thank you for asking. I'm gonna make it with this. Okay. There we go. Phthalo. Okay. Right? Phthalocyanine. Phthalocyanine? Yep, let's do that. Let's just call it phthalocyanine. Phthalocyanine blue. We're going to use some phthalocyanine blue. With this phthalocyanine blue. Damn, I feel smart and shit. Alright, we're going to make a little bit of some purple. No, not crimson. Naphthol. Naphthol? God, why they name just like crayon colors? Just got used to that, and then they go ahead and switch it all up on me and make them like some Greek names and shit. I was completely okay with like very, very cherry red. Okay. Don't know what that made. Oh, but I like that. Okay, cool. And that's alright. I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing here. That's a cool purple there, I like that. Now, gonna leave that alone. And then I'm gonna grab some of the sienna, right? And I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter. Excellent. Sorry guys if I'm trying to... This is actually... Wow, I just found out that mixing paint is harder than painting. Okay. Okay, are we missing anything? The jury says no. Let's get to it. We're going to start with this slanted angular brush. I like having control over the edge, how much edge I have on the actual canvas, and this one gives me a lot of side control. Let's get this back up in the position here. My sophisticated rig. Oh boy, almost forgot my glove. What am I doing? Okay. Don't do this to me. This is why I can't have nice things. Because I forget where they are. One time, I forgot where I parked my car for 2 months. Just circles. 2 months. No idea. I don't know what happened to that car. Alright, we're going to get started with this purple here. Start from the bottom, go to the top like Drake. Now, here you go. And I'm just going to add purple to this side, and more of the tan on this other side, moving up to the white around the edges here. Why? Did I just hear someone ask me why? Okay, well, I'll answer. Because I have no idea. I'm not sure what I'm doing, and I feel like Bob is talking through me when he says, just happy little mountains, right? The dude painted with a lot of palette knives, which adds a lot of color. You don't have to worry about detail. I think I said, I was talking about it yesterday, where I said if you paint with palette, you don't really have to worry about the detail as much. But when you paint with paintbrushes, detail is really your only indicator as to what you're trying to get the people to see in your painting. So, kind of important. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot I was being filmed. That's interesting. Got to cope with that experience. You know what's gonna really be interesting? If I'm just walking around later and I'm just like, start talking to myself. Someone asks me, what's going on, James? Like, I don't know. What? Oh my god, I'm talking to myself. There's no one actually there right now. Maybe I should cut back. Get some more of this Pueblo here. Where that red go? Here we go. Oh, you don't need red, James. Yeah, you know, I don't know why Facebook doesn't. Everyone's been telling me the same thing, that Facebook isn't notifying them that I've been going live, and I have no idea how to fix that, guys. And then I was talking to my friend who has a pretty successful blog here and video streaming thing, and he was telling me that they changed the algorithm recently, so I'm not sure how I can fix that other than, you know what? I'll call Zucks himself. He's gotta know about this, you know what I mean? I bet he doesn't know his business is being run like this. To the ground, I say. For those watching right now, or those watching later, because we're now having a weekly contest. That's right, folks. I said a weekly contest. What is that contest, you may ask? Thank you for asking. If you like and share this post, you will be entered into a weekly contest for a chance to win an original painting by me, which I am humbled to do for you. And if you like and share today's, and then Wednesdays, and then Fridays, you'll have 3 chances to win, which is kind of crazy. Because I'm trying to be, you know, coy about this, but no, seriously, please help me out. Share this with your friends. I want more people to be more creative, and if the feedback that I've been getting so far is true at all, this is helping people realize that they need to, expand more on their creative endeavor, whatever that may be. So, thank you for the encouragement, by the way, guys. I really do freaking appreciate it. It's seriously kind of been a little surreal. Get a little bit more of this. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting over a cold. You know what the problem is? I just realized what the problem is. I put my glasses. Oh! How rude of me. Tonight we are, by the way, sponsored in part by Herman Williams. Cover the Earth. But also, I like to shout out to whatever I'm drinking tonight. So. Tonight we are drinking from my country. That's right, Argentina. It is Amado Sur. It's a mixture. It's a red mixture. So mostly it's like 70% Malbec or something like that. So I like mixtures more than or blends they call them. Sorry, I'm not. My lingo. It doesn't. Whatever. What do I need? Okay. We're going to finish painting a little bit of this tan, and then we're going to go to the white. I kind of want to let the mountains dry a little bit before I take on the white a little again. Reason being, the white up here started blending in with the blue in the background, and I couldn't control it anymore. So I'm going to let it dry a little bit before I do that. So, time check. I don't want to go over my time. It doesn't tell me how long I've been recording for. Anybody who is watching, can someone tell me how long I've been recording for? Please. Okay. Let's continue this. I'm trying to keep this in under an hour, guys, so I'm speed painting, but I get distracted. Your boy gets distracted a little bit. It's a little hard to concentrate and keep track of. Normally I'm not trying to paint with speed, but I'm trying to show you guys a little bit more respect than I tend to give myself when I'm painting alone. I'm also talking a lot. This was viewer suggested, so if it bothers you, also let me know, because I'm taking polls. I'm trying to see what's going on, what you guys enjoyed. If you like watching me paint in silence, respect, let me know. I'm also going to start doing recap videos where I'll do, like, maybe every week I'll put out a video fast forwarding through some of the paintings. I don't care what format you like it in. I appreciate you consuming it in general, so thank you. Okay. Add a little bit more white to this tan color that we have here. And then I'm going to, whoa, sorry. Flatten the brush a little bit when I paint, because otherwise you might as well be using a spatula. Okay. Hey, Mom. How are you? I hope Argentina's doing well. I'm actually painting Argentina right now because I'm jealous of where you are. I'm just kidding. Okay. Hey, you know what? Let's do this. Don't they have painting wine classes or some stupid shit like? God, language. Don't they have wine class and painting things that you do together and stuff like that? Like, am I allowed to say white girls do? Am I allowed to say that? 2018. I don't mean it. If I don't mean it derogatory, am I allowed to say it? Like, I think it's adorable. Like, continue doing you guys. Like, whatever. All right. Actually, let's paint together. Come on. Let's do, put me on live in your painting studios. Oh, let's do that. Everybody, whoever's watching right now, just take out a Sharpie. Start doodling. Yeah. And if that's too much and I just stretch my limits, then don't listen to a thing I've said. It's like, not that, I've been drinking. Yeah, excuses. Okay. Now. What I'm going to do now is step back and take a look at what this looks like from a macro perspective. Remember, when you're painting, it's really good to take a step back, because you ever try to figure out a problem for too long and you're just like, I have no idea. Like, remember like when you were in high school or whatever and you went to like figure out a problem and it's like you have no idea what the heck is going on. Like or you got really close and then something's stumping you and it's like, what the heck's gonna... Well, painting's kind of like that. It's like, everything's like problems in life, right? So you're just choosing... I'm just choosing to make my problem painting. But like all problems, if you take a step back and look at it in a different perspective, they tend to become a little clearer. Okay. So that is what I'm going to do. Follow my own advice. I kind of like that. I'm going to let that dry. Okay, folks, listen. Like and share, please, and you will be entered into our weekly contest. I'll be right back. I'm going to give you the music stylings of Bill Blaze in the meantime while you wait. And let me explain what I'm going to do next. So, in the foreground here, I want to go from, like much like I did the first painting night. If you watched that, we went from a yellow to a green immediately, almost immediately into a green. And then that green transitioned quickly into an orange. And then this red, that's this deep red that we see in this painting here, right? In, not this painting, I'm sorry, but this picture. So in this picture, that deep red, I love it. So I'm going to keep that intact. But then this tricky thing is the branch that's in the middle there is a very light color, like this, almost like a white. But I don't want to leave the canvas texture there. So what I'm going to do is try to paint that last and see if I can get like a, maybe I don't know, I'm thinking a burnt sienna or something like that. And then that burnt sienna, I'm going to really brighten it up and almost make it a gray. Then I make tiny shadows in blue, right? So that's the basic outline of what we're going here tonight. But anyway. We will be back after a short message from our sponsors. Please like and share. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking by. As a reminder, you are watching Tiny House Studio Live. I am Tuschay. That was the musical stylings of Bill Blaze, my good friend Charles Lehines. You can follow him on Instagram at Charles Lehines. That's Charles L.E. Hines, Hines. You can follow me on Instagram at Tuschay. Let's get back to the show, shall we? Okay. Where we left off was we painted some mountains and I'm out of wine. So, let's fix both those problems, right? Problem 1 solved. Let's get to problem 2 now. Like I said, I'm going to separate my colors here. So, what I'm going to do now is grab another sheet of this. These are disposable palettes, and you don't actually necessarily have to wash and remove all the paint. You can just kind of separate your palette here. Get a fresh new one. Let's let the people see wine. This is probably in your way too. Let's fix that. And you can just separate that. And you got, look at that. You got a brand new palette here. So this is the picture that we're painting tonight, right here. Kind of a crude version of this, right? So we are going to be focusing now on these yellows and greens that you see here by my finger, right? And I'm going to start with these yellow and greens here before I do these dark greens and this brown, because I want to give some contrast. And then I'm going to go back into that to add the highlights in there. And then I'm going to work on this red here. So let's see how long that takes me, right? Alright, so by the way, guys, a little bit about me. I still hold a day job, so this is cutting into my precious. Who needs sleep, right? Everybody needs sleep. It's really good to sleep, guys. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. All right, greens, yellows. Let's do it. Start with a cadmium yellow here. This is actually a cadmium-free yellow. Apparently, cadmium, I didn't know this was like radioactive, and they used to make paint with radioactive materials, which God bless the old painters, right? But they started just this year, actually, so up until just now, we all have been exposed to all sorts of weird stuff. But they started making this cadmium-free stuff, and it's super, super freaking expensive. Look how much this orange is. Like that's outrageous. That's outrageous. It's smaller than my hand. Okay. But I gotta say something. It is the best paint I've used. So I guess there's a reason I keep buying it. Guess what I'm saying is there needs to be less of a monopoly on art stores here. There's like one place that I can get all this stuff besides Amazon, which of course way better prices. But I'm impatient. All right, I got my green and my yellow here. I'm just gonna get a bit of this white and get to work here. Now I'm going to get a flat brush like this one. It's kind of a long flat brush, and use plenty of water here. Running out of real estate in the tiny house. Love living in the tiny house, but sometimes you run into problems where you can only do one activity at a time without completely deconstructing it to make way for the next thing. Case in point, this is taking up half of the house right now. Alright. So this is the yellow that I was talking about, that green yellow, it kind of belongs in this spot here. It's funny, Tiffany won tonight's contest, and we were just talking earlier about, I just showed it to her earlier, and she was pretty excited about it, so I'm glad that she won. Reminder, guys, like and share this post. You'll be entered into our this week's weekly contest where I'll paint you something original as well. And who knows, I might get ambitious. I might do something even bigger this time. It's all mailable though, so if you do live somewhere that is not near me, that's completely cool. I did it on these rolled up canvases. They're pretty cool. I'll show you this week's. Here is Tiffany's reward. It's all on these foldable canvases, so I can roll it up, and then you guys can mount it or wrap it. You can take it to a gallery. It costs like $3 to wrap these things. So, yeah, or just frame it or do whatever you want, you know? It's yours. And if you are watching this and it's not live, you can still share and like the post. And if you share and like and post this one, and Wednesdays and Fridays, that's like three entries or something like that. Alright, let's get to finishing this, because we're trying to speed paint. Alright, that looks good. Move on. Let's get some orange on my palette here. Who closed these things? Oh, where did my cadmium go? You know, this is interesting. I wonder if anybody else has this problem, or if I'm just the most disorganized painter on the planet. I'm sure, you know, they say that you're not alone in your problems, right? So this is how I just figured out why I lose my paintings. I just toss them across the counter. I won't need you. Where do you go? Okay. there's going to be a lot of red down here, so I'm going to start adding this orange to make the color a little bit more seamless when it blends into it. Alright, now I'm going to add a little bit of this cadmium-free yellow to my palette. Just a tiny bit more, because I'm going to be adding some red, and I like to mix the cadmium yellow and this naphthol, whatever you call it, red. It's a red light. And then we're going to grab a light shade of, there we are, this magenta here. So we got like this ketchup and mustard thing going on, and I'm just gonna add whatever the heck you want that to be in your meal, your painting meal. Pardon me, folks. Okay, here we go. Some of this white. Want to keep an eye on this painting because it does change color a lot in this red. Or this painting. Jeez, James, get your shit together. All right. Some of this orange and add it to this. Okay, and mix that in there. Give that a good gradient. Then add some of this red. Give it a good contrast there. Okay, great. Now what I want to start doing is there's like this purple, like this dark hue of blue and purple, and we got all this blue and purple here. So I'm just gonna grab some outsourced blue. That's blue that we didn't pay for properly. And start giving that some dark shadow, some contrast in there. We're gonna go over that so it's not as harsh later, but for now we need our eye to balance it off with something, right? So I'm gonna add that there and then quickly go over it. Remember, we're painting with acrylics tonight, so it settles super quickly. Now, that red is still kind of useful, so. Alright, now we're gonna get some more of this. Alright, now we're gonna go switch over to this crimson. This crimson's a little bit darker, richer. If you want me to call it that, you know, you see that, that's so. Okay. And really load the brush up with this. The more you kind of stab the brush on the painting there, the more paint that gets pushed up into the brush. So you have like, it's almost like a ink, you know, you can, if you think about that, if you could think about it in that respect, you get a charged brush is like a pen that has a full ink cartridge, you know. Some water in here, lighten this up. Okay, and then let's mix some of this pink in here. And then just get some of this white and brighten that up. Just hit a few spots with that white. Make your eye kind of do the adjustment for the painting there. So I like to let the viewer kind of figure it out on their own. And the easiest way of doing that is to paint something that's kind of nondescript, and your eye on the camera, if you look at this up close, it kind of looks like ink blotches, but kind of like a Rorschach test. I'm just suggesting what you should be looking at, and you're telling me what the end result is by, well, you're convincing yourself of the end result. That's what the beauty of this is, you know. You don't really have to know exactly how to do what you're doing. So I accidentally left this white spot in here. I'm gonna try to paint like a little lake in there. Let's do that. Sounds like a decent idea. What kind of a brush do I want to do? I don't have much space in there, so. And I would assume that the lake is a little bit more of a lighter shade of blue, right, than this sky. So we're gonna just straight up grab this stuff here. And then grab some of this deeper white. Okay, and let's get just a tiny bit of this darker blue. Okay, I'm almost convinced at this point, so let's stop there. Let's grab a little bit of this yellow and a little bit of this orange. Mix that together and cover up. Oops, that's, you know, happy little mistake. That's what I get for not cleaning off my brushes before grabbing another color. Terrible at that. Trying to work on it, but it's exceedingly more difficult when I'm trying to concentrate on recording a video at the same time. By the way, I am saving all these videos and releasing podcasts later on, so stay tuned. And YouTube just got this new TV function, so I'm trying to become the next Bob Ross, guys. Like and share this post, please. I really, really, really would appreciate that. If you do, I might give you a painting. You'll be entered into our contest. And I will ship it anywhere in the world. So tell your friends. Alright. Let's get this bank settled there. Alright, okay, and then let's deepen that up. Let's pretend there's like some sort of... That looks good. Alright, let's move on to the last portion of this painting, which is this darker... I'm looking at this. It looks like a dark brown. There's a lot of purples, maybe like a deeper green. So I'm gonna make some green, a little bit of green in this black that I have here, and then I'm going to move on to a... Oh, we haven't... You know what we haven't used today? We haven't used burnt umber. Umber's a good color. I tend to stop... I don't like using blacks a lot. My art teacher, shout out Miss Mundy, high school art teacher, Palmetto Ridge, what's up? Thank you for inspiring me as you did. But I tend to stop using blacks a lot because she once told me that they create holes in the painting, and that's not desirable, obviously. So because your eyes tend to draw to darkest spots. Like right now, I'm standing here, right, and I'm not sure what the darkest thing is, but my apron is pretty dark, so you might be attracted to look at this rather than say that, or I don't know. So you don't want to have too many dark spots in your painting because otherwise the eye fixates on that. And if you do use your dark spots, you want to use them wisely and have them be your guiding force throughout the painting. So use your dark spots to move the eye across the painting and keep them in line with whatever you're trying to make the audience look at most, James. The word is most. Okay, so we're live, guys. Sorry for the vernacular. Let's see what we misplaced this time. And the answer to our question is this burnt umber. Okay. I'm sure I waste a lot of paint in comparison to, well, just a little reminder, folks, we are live. Mistakes do happen. We are not perfect, but that's all life really is, right? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to distract myself from the fact that I just dropped something live. Okay, let's just move on. Now, just a tiny bit of white. Now I'm going to add some of this green on my brush. Add some more of that white in there. So just switch it back, switch it back and forth between the two colors. Give your eyes something to do. Don't make it boring. That's the only goal you have, is to make your painting semi-interesting. And even if you don't want to do that, you know what? That's fine. Just start making lines on stuff, and that's cool with me too. By the way, if anybody has any suggestions as to what I should paint on Wednesday, please just let them know. Drop them in the comments right now. I will paint the first thing that is said. I'll review this video later. The first place that's mentioned here, that's a landscape. So, don't drive me crazy. Don't give me a city to do. I can do cities, so if anybody wants painting commissioned, I'll do that too. I don't care. But no, seriously, drop it in the comments if you want me to paint a landscape. The country that you were born in. I'd love to do that. So drop it in there. If you have a picture in mind, send that to me. Drop it in the messages here. So I'd be happy, more than happy. All right, let's grab just a tiny bit of this black. Let's just not overdo it. And just a little bit more of this burnt sienna that we just depleted. Okay. looks good. I like that. Let's stick with that. Okay. Now, final touches, guys. Final touches. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and grab this thin brush here that we got. That's not it. There it is. Okay. And we're going to switch back to this palette that I had here. I'm going to go ahead and outline these, give these mountains some snow tops, right? Alright. I kind of like how this is looking. It's like just blend that in there, get a little bit of just random little deposits of snow. Have you ever been in the mountains and just like in the middle of nowhere there's just a patch of snow somewhere? It's just weird. Okay. Alright, I like how this looks so far. But you know what? I think I am going to just call this a stopping point for tonight. You know? We've got... that's okay. we got pretty far tonight, guys. I think I successfully speed painted something for the first time. I think I did it, I don't know how long it took me. I want to say it was less than an hour. If it wasn't, then I'm deceiving myself because it felt like it was. But I think I'm happy with the progress. It's a good contrast from red to blue here. The green in the center here and more detailed in the mountains. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. If there's anything that you want me to paint for next episode, Wednesday night at 10 p.m., because I work at 10 a.m. At 10 p.m., we will be going live again, painting whatever you leave in the comments, or if you don't leave any comments, I'll figure it out again too. Like and share this post one more time, please. Thank you so much for watching. I'm James Shea. You can find me at Tuschay on Instagram. You can find the music provider of this evening at Charles Lehines on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. This was episode 6 of Tiny House Studio Live. I'm James Shea. Thank you. Have a good night. You know, behind the scenes, what happened just now, I just dropped an entire, just look at this. All the water. Just all the water everywhere, guys. I'm just going to have to deal with that now. Look at that. I just got, I have to keep composure for the first part of this video because let's just, can we selfie cam this? What's up? I have to keep composure for the first part of this video because I am recording this for another thing. But welcome to the tiny house. This is where the magic happens. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, clean myself up, and then get to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night.